Yeah, I'm on a whole new level.
Hey, what's up, everybody? The Floor20 family, we are back. And, I know we've got a few new listeners and viewers this week. So, I just wanted to say that if you enjoy our content here at Floor20, hit us with a little bit of love, like, comment, subscribe, and Prashit, how are you today, mate?
I'm going good, man. I've just, I actually was going to try and squeeze in a gym session this morning, but the state of California has closed the gyms down again, bro. So, again. So we got to the gym and it was just like, nah, bro, COVID. So we went to this like football field. Bro, the schools here are like insane. They have these full like open facilities like football fields and basketball courts and everything. You can just go. And it's pretty sick. There's tons of people just working out and stuff. So had a little workout this morning. But yeah, bro. And how was your weekend?
It was good, man. It was good. It was solid. Like, I feel sorry for you not being able to go to the gym though, man. Because it's all open up here in Vancouver. I've been hitting it. You know what I mean? Hit him with that LeBron shrug a little bit. But the weekend, hell yeah, it was good. Well, you know what? Let me mention something first. A few people have sent me messages about something about our set, Prashit, and actually more so on my end. So my headphones are a little bit wonky, guys, as you can see. And
sponsor, please, sponsor.
I need to get a little plug in there. People have been messaging me, bro. What are you doing? You're on TV. You got that shit on. So yeah. Anybody want to feed me some new headphones? I'm open to offers, guys. Anything. Bose, Beats, whatever you got.
We got to start a GoFundMe, bro.
GoFundMe page, DSP headphones.
Yeah.
But a weekend, it was good. I've been going on a few walks. It's been so hot in Vancouver, so it's been awesome. You obviously the seawall, Prashit. And for everyone back home, it's just a beautiful walk in Vancouver City here. You guys got the water, got the mountains, and I saw something a bit funny actually a couple of days ago. So I stopped my walk and I saw the seagull like pecking at a starfish. Like on the side of on the walkway, right?
Patrick.
And I was like, all right, he's just having a little meal, just pecking at it, right? And it's quite a big starfish. Like it's probably almost the size of your hand. And so what this thing,
and he's just using his pecker.
Yeah, what the seagull does is he stops pecking. He's like, fuck this. He picks the whole thing up and swallows it whole. And it's like gets stuck. Bro, this thing you can see it in its throat. It gets stuck in his throat, and it's like struggling to get the starfish down, and then bang. Just went away, but like, oh my god, bro, that was like some
shit. It's like when a snake has the slot and you can see the shape
that
of
was
it.
Like some David Attenborough shit, just in a midweek. How good was that? But I thought I'd share that.
And here we have a seagull. Man, bro, honestly, that kind of reminds me of something I saw this weekend too. You're talking about a near-death experience. We went up to this place, Point Reyes. It's like it's a national park up here. It's actually got quite a cool history. I won't go into it today, but the history of it dates back to like the 1500s, where when the Europeans were like colonizing and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty interesting. But on the way up, bro, we're driving through San Francisco, and for anybody that doesn't know, San Francisco is full of it's got a homeless epidemic. And on top of that, there's like drugs in certain areas, and some of it gets like real sketch. But a sidetrack. Remember when we went to LA and we stayed at that freaking hotel Nights Inn that one time?
Bro, don't even talk to me about that.
Bro, how sketch was that shit?
I don't know how we're going to come out of that alive, but like,
And that's what I'm saying, bro. We went past this Motel 6 and we're just like driving and we do a double take. There's literally two dudes in suits holding a stretcher with a white sheet over the top. There's like an ambulance and there's cops. It was like, CSI, crime scene investigation.
What? Bro, that's actually
it was real bizarre to see like a real like dead body, not like a funeral, you know what I mean? But to see like some crime just took place, you know what I mean?
Far out. So like, have you heard anything about that on the news or anything, or is that just something that like just happened in front of you?
Bro, I think it happens, bro. I think that sort of shit happens so much like here. Like it's probably an OD or something. A Motel 6. What are people doing in a Motel 6?
Fair enough, bro.
Freaking hookers and drugs. Like that's about it.
Oh man.
That was a
all right, bro. Yeah.
Weekend,
well, I reckon your story tops mine easily. But I did want to like use my story as a little bit of a catapult forward. So like, you know how the seagull was choking on the starfish? Curious, have you ever choked on anything or any food item that is that's caused you to do a bit of a.
Oh, wait, pause. Food item, yeah, I have, bro. Cause I'll like talk sometimes while I eat, and I'll cover my mouth to be polite. Or like, sometimes you're just trying to eat so fast, and especially I'm one of those people. I need water with my meal. I know you're like you're like a freaking dog. You finish your meal, then you go to the watering hole. But like,
True.
Myself, I need to have a little sip as we go, and so, bro, there's been plenty of times, and honestly, the thing that gets me the most and that I've had the most fear is salad, bro.
Hey?
When you get a piece of spinach and you swallow the piece of spinach, but the stem gets caught in your throat, and you can't exactly swallow it because the stem is still out. That shit has gotten me many times. I need to learn how to masticate my food.
Well, you might need to go stem first option, I reckon. Just chew it back and then
stem first. You reckon?
Stem first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've got a couple of stories to share. One that I can't remember. I was 2 years old, and I was eating some nachos, so it was little taco chips. And one just didn't go down. One just didn't go down. And started choking up, and my old man had to pick me up and just whack my back because I was choking on it, and he was whacking my back, and then it comes flying out, and he saves my life. So the 2-year-old Devin escaped. That taco chip didn't do too much damage.
God damn!
And then actually, there's one from last year. So I was in work here in Vancouver, but at my old work, we used to get like Tim Hortons on a Friday morning, bought by the company.
Yep. Timmy
Yeah,
Holes.
yeah. And if we were back home, Tim Hortons, it's like what would you say? It's like a Starbucks of Canada, Prashit, or?
It's the coffee club of New Zealand.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
It's like it's not
club.
the greatest coffee, but you just go there just to get a quick coffee. So anyway, I was eating a hash brown in the morning on a Friday morning. I think it was like 8:30 a.m. But my issue here is that I hadn't had any water yet that morning. I just didn't. And the hash brown literally, like, I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. Like, it literally stopped in the middle of my throat, like the whole thing. So and it just wasn't going down. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to throw up in front of everyone here because we're all eating in the office. And so bro, I sprint out of the office, like running. Bro, I was running past my colleagues, and they were like, "Are you okay, Tim?" And I couldn't talk because I was choking. I was literally choking like that. Yeah. Sprinted to the bathroom, and then just freaking came out of there. But like, that was that was a near-death experience on a Friday morning.
Yeah, honestly, sometimes that stuff you feel the light, like you have that fear that is unlike anything else you've ever experienced, because you feel the life potentially coming out of you. You know what I mean?
Gosh, yeah. Like you can't talk, you can't breathe. Like a couple of key items that you need, and it's just like, this is the end for me. This is the end for me. I thought that was the end.
Oh, do you know what's even like worse? When you freaking like inhale water. You feel like I don't know, like one droplet can just put you in a full drowning state. Like, what's up with that?
But it hits the back of the throat, and that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got to be careful out here, guys. There's many barriers,
safety
obstacles.
Warning.
Yeah.
But be careful when you're eating. Should we dive into the events of the week?
Yeah, let's crack into a little bit of current affairs there. So I want to say friend, but he's not our friend. Donald Trump, down in the States, he is not our friend. He has sent out a warning that he might ban TikTok as the US and China tension rises. What are your thoughts on that? I guess all the Gen Z kids aren't going to be happy, but like, what do you got?
Just to add to that. TikTok is it's a Chinese app, and so there's a concern that the government's listening to the devices or stealing the data and stuff like that. But bro, this is quite big because TikTok is absolutely blown up during quarantine, and you've got this whole generation of new stars that are becoming like millionaires and everything in their own right. But that's what happens if you rely too heavily on one platform you can fall victim. Like, remember, like when we were at uni, we used to watch Vine all the time.
That's a throwback.
You know, bro. And then I don't know the order, but it either like started to tank and Twitter bought it, or like Twitter bought it and then it just tanked, and literally all those Vine stars that didn't already have like an Instagram page or a YouTube platform, like they just sank.
True.
So, bro,
I don't know.
You have all these 15, 16-year-olds, 20-year-olds that might have to go move home with mama.
Bro, you gotta escape the clout house now, guys. You can't be in the clout house.
Yeah. Hype house, clout house, all that shit.
I don't know about this. Like, are they just gonna create a new app that's TikTok-like, that's US based or North America based? Because I just think it's such a big market for Generation Z people, because they love that short attention span type stuff.
100%. And there's actually there's two scenarios happening here. So one, there's like a bit of a bidding war. I think it's Facebook. Sorry, not Facebook. It's Microsoft and I don't know, some other shits. They're trying to buy the US element of TikTok.
Okay.
So like not the entire TikTok, but just the US portion of it. So it'll be like TikTok USA. That'd be kind of cool if Microsoft has their own social media platform. But then also there's two other things happening. One, have you ever seen or heard of this app called Triller?
I haven't, bro. Talk to me about that.
So Triller was actually like, it preceded TikTok. It was a short clip app, and it was used heavily by like rappers and shit. They would use it to make little edits to their videos, like DaBaby and Tiger. They used to use it a lot. That's actually a huge app in its own right, but it's just not global.
Okay.
But that is starting to pick up steam, and you have a lot of people migrating over to Triller. And then Triller also has got all this backing now, and they are actually the ones that are hosting the Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. fight. That's where it's that can be a good like kickoff.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Got it. That will be a massive audience, I would say. So that's it. That's the one.
Yeah. And then there's that, and then bro, I think it's going to be announced like this week. Instagram is releasing. So you know how there's Instagram, then there's IGTV for the long form content, but you can just click. It's like integrated. Bro, there's something coming out called Instagram Reels, REELS, which is going to be like Instagram's version of Vine. You know how they stole Snapchat stories and just took that?
Oh,
bro,
man.
if it's just one button, if it's just a tab on like your Instagram and you can just go and it's just this, if it's all integrated, everyone's going to use that. People our age are going to use
So
that.
is it like a video messaging system? Is that what it is? Like integrated into Instagram?
Yeah, I think it's going to be like maybe it's separate feed, like short video feed, or like, I don't know what it's going to, maybe it's going to be its own whole app or some shit. But literally there's already talks of TikTok suing them because it's like kind of identical to TikTok.
You know what? Like, I think you're right that people would just use that, because I remember back when we were at university, Snapchat was pumping. And now, and
off,
bro,
G,
and now I look at the bloody Snapchat stories, and there's only like 5 on there. There used to be like 100. It's like people just use the easy. I honestly think the Snapchat UI user interface isn't fantastic either compared to Instagram. So yeah,
it's confusing, bro.
Yeah.
And they always change it as well. I think like if Snapchat wants to get in the game, they're gonna have to create like a feed where you can put permanent content, but then you can also do the disappearing messages, because Snapchat's gone.
Yeah,
like, it's disappeared.
That was, man. How about uni though? That was like the new texting, bro. It was Snapchat.
That was it. Yeah, Snap, like that was like the new dating platform.
Oh man, yeah. You want to get a girl? Snapchat. Like, so for everyone back home, we were uni 2012, 2015. So that period was when it was absolutely booming. There's actually been another little China versus North America sort of conflict here, Prashit, and I'm
oh, bro, it's just this shit's just popping off left, right, and center.
I'm sure that you've heard of this, and well played with the pun, because it's a seed. The seeds are popping. So I guess you could say that there's been mysterious packages going to households in Canada and USA of seeds, and they've come from China. Have you got sort of any more to to add on to that story, and also like what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, bro, this shit It's weird. And apparently there's seeds popping up in Australia.
Ooh.
So like apparently like people haven't ordered anything and this package just comes from Amazon and it's got like these seeds in
so
it,
it's actually
and
from Amazon.
The US has, I think it comes in an Amazon parcel.
Oh, wow.
And there's like the US has said like just turn them into your local authorities, and apparently China has also said like send them back to China. The USA, bring them back to China because we want to examine them and test them. Because, bro, it might. There's one thing. This is probably the thing that's actually real, but I'm gonna lean a little bit. I think the real story is people are sending out like a fake product to like somehow jack up their like reviews and things. Like, you know how on Amazon there's like reviews, like 5,000 5-star reviews. I think they're like doing fake send out to products so that they can like have different users like do the reviews and upvote them into like the Amazon algorithm.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. That was one theory that I saw. But honestly, bro, if anything sketch is coming out of China, like you've got to be wary, because honestly, bro, what if these are like, I'm leaning all the way in.
All right, talk to me, bro. Talk to me.
What? I mean, we've got our hats on today, so maybe it is the conspiracy day again. But dude, like, you know, like bio warfare, right?
Yeah.
What's to say that like these plants, because some people have planted them, and people the government said don't plant them, but they are like some kind of fruits and vegetables and flowers, right? What if they're like bioengineered freaking like fruits and shit and plants, and they carry some disease?
I was gonna say that
they become a weed and they overgrow like different things and kill other plants. Like, bro, if it hit a country like New Zealand, you know how serious we are about our quarantining.
Oh man,
of like
bio. Yeah, we're green, baby. We're green. Oh man,
yeah, bro. I mean, that's a real possibility, don't you think?
Look, man. I
alien seeds.
Give it to aliens. I honestly, with everything going on here, like, and being present in like North America, we can feel this in real time. Like, man, if China versus US keeps going like this, who's not to say there's gonna be a World War III, bro? Who's not to say it escalates, bro? It could escalate all the way. And like we can say that, you know, just chucking it out there, but like what happens, bro? There was a World War I, there was a World War II, like, man, and now we've got nuclear activity, bro. The bombs are bigger, bloody rockets and all these things. Like, man, it could happen. I'm just chucking it out there, but it could happen.
And they join powers with Russia or North Korea, and they start that whole shit up again. Like, who knows, bro? Like, the one thing that the US has got protecting them is the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean. It's not like, you know, Europe and Asia can just go at it. But, bro, the goal, I guess, when in World War II, if we're really diving into history, was they wanted to capture more land and spread their idealism of thinking, right? But these days, I'm like, why do people still... Like, why is there still war? Like, because I was thinking the same thing. Fuck, what if this does just pop off? But then I was like, what's China's motive? Because we provide them with so much income. Like, we are their exports and imports. And for them to win the war, you'd have to kill every single Western person. Yeah. Because no one from New Zealand, Australia, Canada, US, or the UK is going to bend the knee. You know what I mean?
Oh, exactly, bro. And I also want to piggyback off that and say that I also don't understand the need to escalate things, because the world is so integrated now, Prashit. Like, people...
That's
like,
what I'm saying. It's weird. Like, we're like one
we
almost
have,
now.
Like, look at me and you. We have Eastern origins, but we're Western people. Like...
Exactly.
So I don't understand the need to escalate here, guys.
It's weird, right? Like, I really don't understand. Like, I feel like, why can't everyone just win together? It's stupid to think, but like, what benefit is there? Like, did we talk about like India and China having a little battle in like in the mountain ranges somewhere, and the battles, bro? The battle started off with Indian people throwing sticks at the Chinese, because the Chinese were trying to reclaim land. It started with sticks, and then it went into gunfire and shit. But why are you still trying to fight over land?
I think that's been the question all throughout time, bro. Like, why can't we all just get along? Michael Jackson, he liked to sing about that. I just don't know. Yeah, well, I guess it's humans, bro. We like to up and consider ourselves better than other humans, which is sad. But like, it just is the case for some people that power goes to people's heads. You know what I mean? But
bro, I'm telling you, people think in New Zealand would be safe, bro. Would rely on everybody else's military. We don't have nothing. Like, we just got to hope and pray that nobody decides to touch us. You know?
Oh yeah. We're sitting in the corner, guys. Yeah, we're nice. You like our country? We're a good holiday destination.
We'll watch you from the corner. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, good, brother. Should we?
I wanted to get into like
here we go.
kind of in the realm of Asia and India. I was watching this movie yesterday. Chris Hemsworth Extraction movie on Netflix.
Oh, is that when he goes to Bangladesh?
Yeah, in Bangladesh.
I've seen that.
Yeah, that shit. I mean, the action's freaking insane.
Bro, that was mean. I loved it.
But it got me thinking like about two different things. I want to tackle one subject first. Is, you know, in our, maybe not in this day and age, it's changed a little bit with social media, but you can't just measure everything off social media, like who's got the most followers. I was trying to think between musicians, actors, and athletes who are all like people who
we look up to.
Humanity looks up to, reveres because of their achievements or their skills. Yep. What's the hierarchy there? What do you think? Who's the greatest? Who can be the most impactful at the top or on average? Who has the most pull when they walk into a room? Like, what do you think, bro?
Yeah.
What's your who is the closest to a godlike figure?
Oh, I love this.
What's your opinion?
I love this question, and I want to preface my opinion by saying that like I really do think that it depends on who you ask and what you're really into and what drives you as a person. But like for me,
so give me two answers. Give me two answers. Your opinion and then what you think for the mass audience.
Okay.
Like, give me two answers.
Okay. So my answer is 1000% sports people. But like I would say that because like we've talked about it on previous podcasts, like we're both sports guys growing up. And I just think like I look up to a LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, the late great Kobe Bryant, people like that, Tom Brady, and I just feel like wherever you guys go, people are gonna notice you. People are gonna walk towards you and treat you different because you're so great and so huge on this earth. And I just feel like if we take it way back into the day, even to before Christ days, BC,
that's true.
Like. It was all gladiatorial, and fighting was the reason people got together and they watched it in the bloody Colosseum.
The greatest
warriors, Colosseum in Rome.
Yeah,
and so I just think that when you watch a rugby game, basketball, American football, it's men and women competing like physically against each other, and I just think that's the rawest form of beating another human, and then what attracts a crowd. And what entertains people. Are you not entertained? Like, I just think that is, for me, bro, like, they are the closest to godlike figures, in my opinion.
And what's your 2-3 ranking?
2-3? Ooh, okay. I'm gonna go musicians, then actors. And you know how you asked me for two answers? I'm gonna go musician as the top across the majority of the population. Because they can literally tell you through their words. And you're going to listen to it in your ear. It's going to go into your brain. So, like, I just feel like musicians, and like, I use this already, but Michael Jackson, like, man, he used his platform to spread love and positivity. I really think that, like, if you're talking about influencing people, and the majority of the population in terms of who you're going to look up to, I think it's going to be a musician purely for the reason that they can literally just tell you through their music. Well, like, what about you? What do you think?
So, I'm going to give my general answer. So, I agree. I have the same order as you. I think musicians are the closest for many reasons. I think one is most big musicians, they become like a character of themselves. Like, they're not a regular person. They dress outrageously. They wear jewelry or weird hats, or like, they look like a TV character. They don't like a cartoon. They don't look like a regular person in a suit. So that's one. They already have a persona that makes them stand out. Number two is in a room with an athlete, an actor, and a musician, the musician can flex their talent like at will. Like, if we're just all sitting around, if a singer starts singing, like LeBron can't just dribble a basketball and make people wow at him. You know what I mean? Or like an actor can't just do a monologue. Like if somebody sings, everyone's gonna be like, whoa.
Yep.
Like it has that pull. The other thing, I think music has the most scale. Like you talked about MJ, Michael Jackson. I think he's probably the most famous man in history, right? And a hit song, I think, can be heard by the widest audience. I think the biggest song of 2019 was heard by more people than Avengers Part 2 was watched by. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
Like,
and if I can just jump into your point here, I just feel like even if you think that like sports guys are your heroes, or you think actors are your heroes, you're still gonna hear that big song. But if you're a music fan, you might not see that movie, you might not see that Super Bowl. So I agree with you. Yeah.
And obviously it's different in like India. The actors are like the biggest of the biggest, right? They outrank the cricket players over there. But then I think there's one caveat though, and if you look through, like, I think your one point about the gladiator kind of thing. If there is like the biggest musician, or like 5 of the biggest musicians, 5 of the biggest athletes, and 5 of the biggest Hollywood actors, if the heavyweight champion of the world walks in, he has the biggest draw.
Yeah.
He has the biggest pull. And it's just, I think you're right. It's the natural human instinct. Like, if Mike Tyson walks in at his prime, I think everyone gravitates to him. Or maybe MJ would have outranked him back then. But yeah, it's hard at the top, right? But I think the physical aspect has something about it.
At first glance, bro,
glance,
when you see a human being and they look like Anthony Joshua, you're like, oh my God. Like, they're just a cut above me. They're a cut above me. That's what you think. So I agree, bro. I agree.
So I mean, so it looked like we had similar kind of thoughts. So shit, maybe we're just right. Maybe we're just prophetic.
That's that Floor20 connection right there, guys. How about it?
Yeah, and bro, the other part that this Netflix movie by Chris Hemsworth made me think about is like entertainment today versus maybe when we were growing up, and how now with binging and music streaming services and targeted Facebook ads and shit like that, everyone lives in their own silos, whether it's entertainment or politics or whatever.
Gotcha.
And I'm not a fan, and I want to tell you why. So if you think about even in recent times, right, the biggest things that I think are exciting have been Avengers, the Michael Jordan doc, which I still haven't watched, and Game of Thrones. And why? Because they release it week by week, and it gives everyone time to watch the episode, come to work on Monday and talk about it. Or like if there's one episode and then there's media coverage about it, and then the next episode comes out and it's a topic of conversation for like 2 months. And because it is a topic of conversation, more people talk about it, more outlets talk about it, and it becomes this like big global sensation, as opposed to these movies that come out on Netflix that get seen by just as many people. Like I was doing some like random math in my head, but that Chris Hemsworth movie, bro, apparently it was watched by 100 million people in the first month. And if you think about like a $10 movie ticket, if 100 million people watch a movie, it's $1 billion movie. If the $1 billion movie comes out, like Aladdin or like Jumanji or Avengers, don't you feel like everyone has kind of heard about it at least? Maybe they haven't watched it, but they've heard about it. But like, no one's even heard of these Netflix movies, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's so targeted and siloed, and like, it's the same thing with all these little heartthrob movies, bro. Like or these reality shows on Netflix and shit, like Love Island or all these other ones. Like, that's not Netflix, but they get so big, but it's in this little silo compared to like in our day, you had these global phenomenons like Harry Potter, Hunger Games, like, and I think the days are over, bro. I don't think there's gonna be another Harry Potter, another like like what's going to step up to Game of Thrones? Like what do you think? Where do you stand on all this?
I really think that like our attention spans are shortening. I really think that every baby that was born, around, or people around our age, like our attention spans are getting shorter and shorter. So I honestly agree that like we probably won't see that again because it doesn't fit our culture. It doesn't fit like the humans coming through this earth now, unfortunately. But like, I look at a couple of shows. I look at Stranger Things. I look at 13 Reasons Why. Both great shows, but they were released, all episodes at once. And like, it was amazing viewing for 2 or 3 days. But like, honestly, bro, if you asked me to, pick out a couple of things that happened in those two shows, I couldn't because like
it's gone, right?
It just leaves my mind because it's done in 2 or 3 days, and now like it was great, but then you just can't recall it. But then like Game of Thrones, like week by week episodes, and then going back to our day, look at Big Bang Theory, 2.5 Men,
all that shit,
Chuck, all that stuff. Like
Chuck, bro,
week by week.
You'd come to school and talk about it, right? Like you'd come to school and talk about the episode.
Desperate Housewives.
Desperate Housewives. Like, I remember like at my old workplace when Game of Thrones final season was on, everyone would watch it, and like the next day would literally have like a morning tea for half an hour and just talk about the episode. And it was like, it's almost like it's the same impact that only live sports has these days. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Facts, bro. Facts. And I honestly think that, like, everybody born nowadays has like a little, maybe 1% to 5% ADHD, bro. Like, I just think that's the case. And, like, Kendrick Lamar sung it in his song, bro, in his Section 80 album. Like, he had a song called ADHD. Like, it really is the ADHD generation. That's what it is. And
it makes me sad, bro.
Like, the thing is, like, yeah, like with like if we can dive into it, like with our attention spans getting shorter and shorter, and we need things now. Like obviously, social media gives us everything in real time compared to when we had to read newspapers and stuff. Like it honestly leads to less empathetic people as well. If I can take it into a different direction, so
yeah, you're totally right there.
I don't like how when people feel uncomfortable, and I actually did a little test on this. I said, let me take this week to have a look around and see what people do just in their time when they're not talking to anyone or they're not in a group. And bro, everybody just goes onto their phone.
Yep.
Everybody goes onto their phone. It's a way to escape. When we were kids, or even young teenagers, we didn't have a way to escape awkward situations. Like we had to overcome them.
Yep.
But now people can literally get away with awkward situations by going onto their phone. Less empathy, right? So now you can't talk to that people in the same manner that people of our generation could growing up, or people before us, our parents. I think it's an issue, Prashit. Like, do you see the same thing, or?
Yeah, bro. And I've actually been trying to actively change some of my habits because I'm a super consumer. Like when I eat, when I shit, when I freaking like everything, I'm always watching something, listening to something, like podcast, audio book, YouTube video, TV series, like music at all times. And what I've tried to do more recently is like music, you can kind of when you're listening to music, it almost can just go into your background and you can think about things.
Yeah.
But I've tried to do things more often with like music off, like drive with the music off, walk with everything off, and literally just think of ideas, because you got to think, like, if you're only ingesting, you can't create, you can't think any of your own ideas. Like that's when you just become part of the flock of sheep. Like if all your ideas come from things that you've heard of, you can't formulate your own opinions and your own ideas. And
that's very true.
Yeah, bro. And it's actually like, if you literally sit down, like, you know how like we do this podcast every week, we actually have to like, we do have to sit down and think about, what are the best things to cover this week, right?
Yeah.
So something that you have to really like think of and do an output. It's crazy how many ideas come to your head when you're actually sitting down and dedicating time to be creative or do something.
Well, yeah, exactly. And to that point, it is great consuming material from your favorite, like we talked about, actors, sportsmen, artists, things of that nature. But like, I really think people should aspire to be people's role model as well. Like we should aspire to be people's role model, and therefore we need to be able to create that content as well. We can't always be consumers. We have to be producers as well. And so like, and we have friends that are doing the same thing, like really pursuing their dreams, which we are encouraged by, and it drives us as well. So like, I would actually encourage everybody back home to maybe put down the playlist, or maybe put down that podcast, and like, man, try and tackle it your own way, and start something up.
And bro, and I think to tack onto that, you're talking about empathy before. I think the newer generation is going to be less empathetic, because when we were growing up, you were exposed to other types of music, other like cultures, other things that maybe you weren't interested in, but there was only a limited amount of TV channels, so you had to watch it. Or there's only that limited radio station, so you had to watch it. Like, if I like hip hop and R&B, but my like Rolodex of pop songs and acoustic songs is like it's quite deep, because bro, Hamilton didn't have a hip hop radio station. Like, you had to.
Yes, I know, man.
You had to listen to the pop station, so you heard everything.
Bro, even like in Hamilton, the clubs for the longest time didn't have like hip hop music, and it's like, oh, we just have to sing along to these songs, these radio songs all night. So
so I think that's one thing as well. If anybody wants to take action, is like, challenge yourself to consume something that's out of your, not comfort zone, but out of your general taste. Like, if you are a vegan and if you're a meat eater and you're anti-vegan or whatever, and you don't really have opinions on it, like, just watch a vegan documentary, and maybe it will be a little bit biased, but it might open your eyes a little bit. Or like, if you always are just listening to freaking like hibbity-dibbity-doo, like, freaking Lil Uzi Vert and stuff, like, I don't know, like, freaking listen to somebody playing the guitar, like some music, you might like it, like, you know what I mean? Like, this you like, lo-fi beats and that kind of stuff. That's like your sick and chill. I do like listening to like acoustic music, like you get those people like, Jhené Aiko and Ellie Mae and whatever her name is, like people like that. Sometimes you just gotta switch it up and like consume something different,
I totally agree with you. And we actually love to hear from you guys if you take our suggestions on board, or even if you just have thoughts and want to join the conversation. I reckon leave a comment in the comment section below, and we'll read it and reply to you. We want to hear your guys' thoughts if you're listening. So definitely let us know.
All right, man. Well, we've been getting a bit deep on this one, bro. Should we come out of it, or
we're going deep the past couple of weeks, yeah? Hey.
Yeah, bro. Should we? What do you want? Do you want to switch it into sports now, or what do you want to?
Yeah, I reckon. Let's jump into our main right now. I've got a little pop quiz for you.
Oh,
let's change the tone here. We got a little pop quiz. So and the thing is, you may have seen this come out, in which case it will not be a pop quiz, but we'll still chat about it. So,
okay.
Our future sponsor, Forbes, just released.
Forbes. Okay.
Yeah, just released the 2020 most valuable sports franchises in the world. Top 50, actually. Did you see this?
No, I did not.
Come on. All right, we got a pop quiz, baby. All right. So, I want you to name me the top 5. I want you to have a guess, and you don't have to get it in order. This is worldwide. You don't have to get it in order. I just want to hear what comes out of your mouth first here. I want to hear your thoughts.
Okay, so I've got to think of the bigger sports. So obviously the NBA teams, obviously some soccer teams, maybe a football team. Football teams are worth billions. Okay, so I'm going to automatically Lakers and Knicks, because I think they're worth like 3 to 4 billion. I might have to put the Warriors in there because I think they have a high valuation. I want to say the most valuable soccer team in the world is Manchester United or Real Madrid. I'll probably go with Real Madrid. And what's the most popular football team to buy? Would it be the Giants or the Patriots? I'm just gonna throw in one football team just for the sake of it. Let me throw in the Giants.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
What?
All right.
All right.
So how do I do?
Man, you did a good job, man.
Yeah?
So let me tell you that the top 5 is all US based teams.
No
Okay?
way.
And yeah.
Oh
and so
shit.
the highest ranked non-US team is number 6, and that's Real Madrid at $4.2 billion
Damn.
USD. So that was I like how you chucked that in there though. Okay,
Okay.
so I'm gonna start from bottom and go up here. So number 5, Golden State Warriors,
Okay,
4.3 billion. And the
Bro,
last 10 years they've rocketed it up. Yeah.
Bro, they were
4.3.
worth like 300 million when they got purchased.
Bro, and just think about the last 10 years of the Golden State Warriors. They've been nowhere near this top
hell.
5. That's that
What
Steph
an
Curry. That's that
investment.
Kevin Durant. That's that Klay Thompson right there.
Jesus Christ.
Number 4 is my LA Lakers.
No way.
4.4 billion. So they're only number 4.
Okay, 4.4.
Number 3, New York Knicks, which I believe you mentioned, at 4.6.
Whoa. Okay.
That's that James Dolan, man. That's James Dolan money.
So we got 2 football teams at the top?
So now we have a baseball team, New York Yankees, 5
What
billion.
the Really?
5 billion, bro.
The Yankees?
And-
Holy
yeah. That's
Damn.
the Yankees. And number 1, drum roll, the Dallas Cowboys, 5.5
America's team.
billion.
5.5.
America's team. Oh, Jerry Jones. Jerry's house, bro. It's Jerry's world.
Damn. That's nuts, bro. Like,
Isn't that
and
crazy?
it's actually crazy because, like, obviously the NFL doesn't have that much of a global audience, but somehow the Dallas Cowboys, like, they became America's team because of what? It was the 90s with, like, was it Emmitt Smith and all that? Is that the name?
Yeah, like Troy Aiken was the quarterback.
And they won a couple
so-
of times, or
And they won like 3 times in the 90s, I think.
it was like the Warriors. They got all these bandwagoners. Like, it's like that, right?
Yeah, I suppose so. Like, I actually wasn't an American football fan like at that time back in the 90s.
Right.
So like,
When
I don't
you were
actually
in the
know
womb?
too much about how I was in the womb, but like, I do know that like that was the time that they sprung up and like they won
Right.
3 Super Bowls, and then all of a sudden, America's team. It's weird that it would be in Dallas though, right? Like, don't you
That's
think?
what I'm
'Cause, like,
saying. What the
like
fuck?
New York Knicks, LA Lakers, like, and then you look at the other Dallas, like Dallas Mavericks, like aren't that huge, but then Dallas Cowboys
you
for
gotta
some
win.
reason are rock it up. So
gotta win.
yeah.
Man.
So that's America's
It-
team number 1, bro.
I get. It's weird because like the Patriots have won so many times, but I guess like people love to hate the Patriots.
Yeah, and it's I guess that's like more recent as well. And
Right.
Patriots for the longest time were crap, like before Tom Brady.
Okay. Right. Have the Giants had a couple good years? I'm surprised the Giants aren't on the list just because it's New York.
Yeah,
Purely New York.
but they might have actually fallen within the top 10. I didn't check the rest, but like,
right.
yeah, unfortunately, I'm a Patriots fan, and they beat us a couple times with Eli Manning, so that's not great memories. But
Eli.
yeah,
Shit.
I thought I'd just chuck that out there because, bro,
Fuck.
that's money. That's money right there.
Didn't do too
Um,
bad. 3 out of 5.
Yeah, you did good.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm proud. You got a little pass mark, man. You got a pass
No,
mark.
pass. C's get degrees. No.
Yeah, like at a uni. All right, let's throw it into the NBA now. So
The bubble.
I wanted to the bubble baby. I wanted to first off ask you: have you watched any games? And also, if you have, tell me about watching it with no
The
fans
experience?
from your point of view. Yeah, the experience of no fans.
I watched the second half of the Portland's first game. I watched the last quarter and overtime of Houston's game, and I watched the Laker Clipper game. So I've watched 3 games.
Okay.
Bro, I don't mind it. Like they pump crowd noise into the TV feed, so when they hit a shot and it's a highlight, it feels normal. And and like seeing the benches and the coaches spaced out a little bit makes it feel like there is like a courtside element, and then also the fact that they have the faces of the crowd in the back, it does give it some layering and some depth. The new camera angle is sick. I will say the lighting on the court is sick because one thing I've always loved and hated with other teams is like the Lakers court looks awesome and like the
Oh,
Miami
man.
Heat court. But when you watch like the Nets, like it looks
Oh,
like
Spurs. I hate watching Spurs home games.
the court, like polish the court. It looks like there's ash, like or dirt all over the court. Like turn the lights on or something. You know what I mean? So that I liked, and then I will say one thing: I don't know if I'll be able to watch the games that aren't like the nationally televised ESPN.
Oh my
Mike
God,
Breen,
man.
Bang! Because bro,
Appreciate.
the local televised game just sounds horrible. Like
So
it's just shit.
I need to jump in. So I watch Lakers Clippers, which I believe is
the king.
the king at the end there. I believe it was ESPN. Was it TNT? I can't quite remember, but like I know it was nationally televised. TNT, right? And so, man, that was awesome to watch. Man, that was awesome. Like you hear the benches going, yeah, like they provide the noise, man. That's sick. But then, can I say, to your point, I also watched Lakers Raptors yesterday, which was in Canada. We got the Canada feed, the Toronto local feed, and boy oh boy, the experience was not the same. Oh my God, bro! Hearing Mike Breen from ESPN or Kevin Harlan from TNT,
Van Gundy.
That's Van Gundy. That's how you have to watch basketball. I was listening to these Sportsnet Toronto guys, and I was like,
it's shit, bro.
They weren't talking about the Lakers. They were only talking about the Raptors. And you guys, you can't hype me up like the other guys do. It really affected my experience, bro. Like I was, like you know me, like I get into it. I literally was sitting there watching that game silent, bro. Man.
That's it. Honestly, like I think announcers need to get a huge pay rise because I think of when I watch the UFC and it's not like Joe Rogan and Daniel Cormier, or like even when we watch rugby and it's not the regular like Sky Sports crew, you get a UK feed. Like
Nisbo, we need Nisbo,
bro. It ruins the try watching any game with like European commentary that you can't understand. Try watching it and see if you still like the sport. Like it's not the same, bro. Like you don't get into it at all.
Yeah. Bro, man, how about that though? So like, I just found that really interesting as like a fan experience,
consumer.
But I like how they've got the virtual crowd as well. That's like a cool little aspect. We've seen like Chris Bosh and like Chris Paul's kid and Paul Pierce pop up. Like that's funny, bro.
Bro, I saw this meme and it was like, even in the bubble, when it's a blowout, the crowd leaves early and they're all blank screens in the back.
I actually saw some like seats empty like at the start of the third quarter, and I was like, "Man, you guys even did that? Like they're going to get drinks, got
snacks,
popcorn, and
toilet break.
Yeah, how about that?
Man,
that's crack up. That's crack up.
Have you watched any? Oh yeah, go for it. Sorry.
Yeah. I actually did want to actually put you on the spot here a little bit. Actually, once again. I want to ask you for your predictions for the West and East finals. I want you to put it on wax. What do you got?
We probably just got to go Lakers Clippers. Lakers going to the finals. Eastern Conference. I don't know what the seeding is, bro. But I don't think the Heat will be able to pull it out. The Bucks, the Raptors, and we got the Bucks, the Raptors, and the Celtics.
So you got and Sixers.
Honestly,
maybe?
bro, nah, Sixers. They don't got it yet. They don't got it. They just don't have that. They don't have that. You know what I mean?
I feel you, yeah.
Bro, honestly, I think that it might be the Raptors again because just for this fact.
I don't like the Raptors, hey.
I don't like it either because I don't think if the Bucks aren't up by like 12 points, I don't know if they can close out those close games. And I don't know how I feel about the Celtics closing out those close games as well. But like the Raptors have been there, you know what I mean? And they have experience all through the team. And like you and I know, like just from watching it, people close, like they collapse, like people, they shrink.
Yes, bro. Yep. Look at James Harden. Unbelievable. Gets the playoffs. Where is he? I want to jump in and say like Lakers Clippers for sure. I want my Lakers to go to the finals. And I've actually said Bucks. I said Bucks Celtics, but I think I'm going to change to Bucks Raptors because, bro, the Raptors are huge. Like if we want to go to talk basketball for a second, they're a big team. I don't even know if Milwaukee can match up. Yeah. I don't like you got Giannis, but Brook Lopez. I don't know if you can match up with Serge Ibaka, Pascal Siakam, and those guys. So
they're big, bro. Oof. They're big. Like, bro, this is going to be one of the most interesting playoffs in a while because, like, I really hope Portland cracks in because I think they can do some damage. But
you want to see that you want to see that LeBron Carmelo matchup, huh?
LeBron Carmelo, Dame time. But I'd love it if Portland could have crept into the 7th seed or something because I just don't want to see Portland Lakers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
you want cool matchups, yeah.
Yeah, and bro, I'd love if Houston could just pull something out of their ass and like Westbrook and Harden. Just I don't know where they're gonna match up, but if they could knock out like the Clippers or something, like oh, how good, man! And
bro, you put that idea in my head. Oh man, that would be an entertaining series. Wow,
bro. And then Cinderella story if the Heat, bro, if they freaking get on a run, who knows? Who knows?
I'll back you guys. That'd be cool to see someone like that get into the conference finals.
Hard, bro.
Yeah, well, I suppose I had like one more topic to feed off here.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not sure if you heard, but like our man J. Cole, he is training to make the NBA next year. He wants to be on an NBA roster for next season. He's got an ad about it. It came on my TV. I saw it. He's got an ad. I saw it come up on the internet, Instagram. He wants to make the NBA. I want a yes or no. What do you think?
Hell no. Bro, like, I mean, I know he can play, but to make an NBA team, like, number one, even if you're just good for one game, you got to be durable for the whole season or whatever. But he's older now. He's like, I think he's old. J. Cole's older than us, bro. Like, you ain't getting signed.
He's older than us.
On top of that, it's like how many J.R. Smith barely got picked up to a team. Like, that's who you're comparing him to. Like, who's better, J.R. Smith or J. Cole? Bro, he's got to sit down, I reckon. That's make some more music, like, you know? Freaking hell.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, he's probably better than us, but, like, it's like us.
Probably better than us. He's better than us.
He's better than yeah. I was going to say, like, that's like us saying, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make the NBA. He's like, you know how everybody says, like, oh, if I train for 3 months, bro, I'm going to make the NBA. Like,
that's the, like,
not going to happen. Not going to happen, bro.
Not going to be able to do it, huh?
Yeah, nah, yeah.
Well,
I mean, yeah, you got any little NBA topics you want to touch on here? But, like,
yeah, I think, bringing us home and closing out, I was just going to say, I had no idea that there were other sports being played in bubbles. Like, the WNBA is in Florida. So, I think it's some sports academy. The Major League Soccer is in Disney as well. And then where's hockey? Like, where the fuck's that? Like, that's somewhere else as well.
So I don't know where, but they're in a bubble. MLB is screwed. They've got COVID all over the place.
NFL, I don't know what they're going to plan to do now. Like, I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Some boxing matches are starting to kick up again. Obviously, UFC, bro. There's some big fights coming up at the UFC. But Israel is fighting in I think September as well. So we gotta
let's go, Izzy.
You know, we gotta get on that one. But
yeah,
bro. I think it'll be good to keep up with all this COVID shit. I mean, you can see it's impacting me. I'm freaking back. Gym's on lockdown. My brother's living in Melbourne over there. They're freaking back to stage 4, which is curfews and shit. So. We'll have to just document this week by week and see where we get to, eh?
Yeah, man. Have you got a timeline that you're going to return to the Floor20 studios, or is it sort of just like you say, week by week at this point?
Week by week at this point, my boy. I'm going to have to figure something out. My biggest fear is if I leave the country, I might not be able to get back into the States until who knows when. Like, we don't know when everything's going to close down, so... I got to do some serious research to get back in the studio there, but we'll have to see how that all pans out.
Jesus, you might end up back in New Zealand. Like, you might not get back into Canada.
Legit, I might actually get pushed there and have to be freaking quarantined in a hotel for 2 weeks, like freaking military, you know.
Enjoy, brother. Enjoy
the experience. Well, do you want to take us home? And of course, like and subscribe. But Devin, do you want to take us home?
Yeah, exactly, guys. Show us some love here. We love producing this stuff for you guys. Make Floor20 known within your communities. We're trying to ramp it up a wee bit. And if this was your first time listening or viewing, let us know. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And, we appreciate you guys a lot. Cheers, team. We'll see you next week. Let's get it.
Peace.
Get it.
Yeah, I'm on a whole new level. I'm on a roll. You see how it goes. MVP, a man so wavy. Champ like Brady. Boss like Jay.